Good morning, I'm Liz. I am here to tell you that you can create your own GPS map using Google Earth. I recently uploaded the Guadalupe Ridge Trail attempt, and we created our own maps for that, and we use Google Earth. I am here to give you a quick tour how to do your own GPS map. With this, the first thing we need to have is the GuadalupeRidgeTrail.com website. And here, if I scroll down, you will see the map of the Guadalupe Ridge Trail. It's over 100 miles. The legend pretty much tells you. I have a pinch screen here so I can help kind of bring this a little closer. As you can see, the Guadalupe Ridge Trail starts right off White City on the right hand side here. The trail begins here, and we hiked on the Old Wano Road Trail, and we went to the visitor center. Then we continued on, go around right on Snake Canyon, and we parked our car right there, which it was the end of our first day and the end of our first section. So let's assume that you want to create a map for this. You do have this Guadalupe Ridge Trail that shows you the entire trail with inclusions of extra loops, like that green one over here goes all the way around the Lincoln National Forest. The brown one here is Carlsbad National Park, and so is the Guadalupe Mountain National Park down here on the lower left. So this is the entire trail. It's over 100 miles if you add every single loop and everything. So this is the only thing that we really have to navigate by. It's not enough detail. That's why we create a GPS so that we are able to use Google Earth to navigate, and I will get started with that. The next tab over is going to be Google Earth, and this is just a web-based. You don't need anything fancier than this. However, it is available if you so desire. It has more buttons, more features, and it's more difficult to use. But so to me, this was the easiest, and I thought I'll show you the best way. So launch Earth on the lower left. Click on that. Google Earth will get going. At the top here, I don't need this window anymore. I'm going to close that tab. So I have Google Earth right here. Okay. The next thing I'm going to use is, let me get another tab open. It's going to go over here under my choices, and I'm going to go to my drive. You can also just go to Google Chrome, type Google Drive, and I recommend you get a account devices, which is the iPhone as well as your laptop, and that everything is logged in with the same email. You're using the same platform, which is Google. So it'll be Google Drive, Google Earth, Google everything. Okay? Those are two good tips. If you're looking at my drive here, you will see Google Earth folder. Here is a KMZ file for the GRT. This is what we had. This is the Lone Star hiking trail, which I used to go. I actually used something else, but that was available. My GRT route is a test that I was conducting in order to make sure that what I'm about to tell you is working. So I am going to create a new file and start all over so that you can follow me along. So I will have to have these three: Guadalupe Trail, the Google Earth, and Google Earth Google Drive. Let's get started with our Guadalupe Ridge Trail. If you look at the trail, it says White City RV camping. It starts right here, and we're going to go find the Old Wano Road Trail and get going with that. I also have another tip. There is an app, and I will tell you about the apps right now. If you notice, I have three apps. One is the Google Drive on the left, Google Earth, the app on my phone, is in the middle, and then on the right hand side is the National Park Service. Let's go with the National Park Service first. This is a good app to have. It's brand new. It's only been out for a few weeks. And what I like about this is you click on the Explore, you find your park. So let's go to Carlsbad Caverns National Park. And here is the park. Click
on the banner and then explore full park at the bottom, then you will see a link on the bottom, not a link, a tab on the bottom that says map. You click on that and that will bring you the map. So this National Park Service app has over 400 maps, are now all of them online, and I mean on your hands really. And then what I like about this is that you can, let's go back home, and if you notice that the park is saved for offline use. On the top right there's your my settings, downloaded parks, and there is my Carlsbad Caverns National Park. If you click on that, you are not able to navigate offline. And here is your, on the top right is your triangle, so that you can just press that and be able to navigate through the park trails. So that's very convenient to have. However, for the GRT, you have a lot of section that is in the National Forest. And if you notice, a little bit of the GRT trail is on the marked right here on the National Park map, but it doesn't continue all the way through the waterfalls and all, and it's not, and none of that is marked here. So you would have to find the Lincoln National Park map and do your research on that. If you can find it online, if not, then you can just buy the map from the Forest Service. And if you can find the quads online, that will be even better. So that takes care of the National Park Forest and the National Park app. Okay, that's that. And
All right, going back to our laptop, we have Google Earth. We're going to create a GPS file so that we can use our iPhone to navigate with. So the first thing to do is go to your left. You'll see this menu, upper left. Click on that. Make sure that you are logged in. After that, go to projects. You're going to, here's the one that I was doing a test on, my GRT route. I'm going to go new project, and I'm going to create a project in Google Drive. That's why I have the Google Earth, Google Drive up on the other window so that you can see. Untitled project, my 4 days on the GRT. Add a description if you need it. Okay. Then down here, new features, these buttons, you can see is search for a place. So you can type Carl's Cabin Visitor Center or White City, New Mexico. It'll take you right there. These next two, add place mark and draw a line, are the same as down here on add placement. And on the right is draw a line. Okay, so let's start with, oh, it's probably easier to do it this way. You can also use this hourglass right here. Visitor Center near Carlsbad Cavern. There you go. It will take me right there. You can see White City right next to it. Let me move it up a little bit. Okay, so moving in, you will see White City. Okay, if you look at my Guadalupe Ridge Trail, you will see that the trail begins right outside of town by the RV campsite on the west side. So we're going to go to Google Earth. We're going to go find the campground, which is this right here. Okay, I know because I was there and I already looked at this prior to showing it to you. So the trail begins right outside of town. So it's right here. You start moving up, then you will see it come along in this manner. Let me move over to the left a little more. You can see that the road continues in this manner right through here like this. Okay, that's just to see if I can get your eyes kind of trained to identify the trail, because it's not that easy. See, it's right through here. Okay, Now, in order to make the GPS file, it is ever so simple. Okay, we're going to start with add place mark. Click on that, come over here, put an X right there. We're going to call this day 1 start, maybe White City. Okay, hit save. Alrighty, if you notice on the left hand side, it starts to create like an agenda. As you create all of your maps in place mark, this list will start building. There's also a nice watch tutorial, and this is very quick and very simple. Auto saved a few seconds ago. You will see this appear that it's being saved in my Google Drive. Untitled project, if you notice, it's just changed to my 4 days on the GRT. So as I am making this map, it is automatically saving to my drive. So let's go back to our Google Earth. Now we're going to click on this draw a line. We're going to come to the trailhead. Come on. There we go. I don't know why it does that. Okay. So I'm going to use your mouse or your click on your laptop, and you're going to follow the trail by continuing pressing these. There you go. Just click, 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 click as you're moving along. A tip, do not click very far away with a lot of lines, a lot of dots, because it's very easy to lose the line and you have to start all over. So just do it in small sections. And that would be a lot handier. All right, click, 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 click. If the GRT is over 100 miles, you can see why this is ever going to be extremely time consuming. You can also plot information where the water sources are, the junctions. Okay, so press enter to save the line. There you go. I'm going to call this line, let's see, day 1, start at the White City. This one I will call Let's Go 1. Anything that you can think of is fine. Hit save. Okay, so that line is saved. You can come back and do this at another time. This pretty much saves it in your drive. Okay, so let's continue. I think you get the idea. We're just going to continue on with this path. And let's see, just to show you, make it easier where this continues. See the line through here? Let's see, up here, down a little bit here. If you're having a hard time looking for the trail, just take it in small sections. Hit enter. Let's go number 2. Hit save. You can also edit the name of it at any time. You can also come here to the left, hit edit. You can delete the track. You can hide it. Little options. It's a very simple web-based Google Earth. You don't need, anything fancy or pay any money or anything. This works just great. So you can create add placements. You can put a placement, say, up here and say water tanks. Make sure that you find all of the water sources, possible water sources. This is a very dry, hard to find water trail. Okay, so here is continuation of this path right here. Let's zoom in a little more so you maybe get a better view of the land. If this is covered by trees, it would be a problem. you will not be able to see the trail. So let's just say we're going all the way to the visitor center, and here's the amphitheater that we passed by. We came through this much wider trail now. We went to the visitor center, okay? Then we kept going, and we picked up our car right after Rattlesnake Canyon. Here's Rattlesnake Canyon Trailhead. And if you come to this area right here, this is the Guadalupe Ridge Trail right here. The trail becomes a little nicer. It's more brown, as you can see, right through here. So you will be using the two buttons on the lower left for marking and for making tracks. All right, so let's just say you finished. You're all done marking everything you can, and you have spent countless of hours doing this, okay? So what's next? You want to hit the refresh button over here, make sure that the project is fully available in Google Drive, which it is. My 4 days on the GRT. So what's next is your iPhone.
Okay, that's that. And then the Google Drive, if you notice, I'm going to go to the menu, hit recent. There's my 4 days on the GRT. I'm going to click on that. It opens right up on the Google Earth app on my phone, and it takes me right to where my trail started. Here it is, everything that I've done so far. Okay, this is I put markers outside of the trail as well as the trail itself. You can find where you're going to camp. Here's another good, nice to know kind of thing. Top left there, it's going to get you out of the project screen into the navigation screen. So hit the upper left hand arrow. You're under the projects now. Hit one more time. Now you have your navigation bar on the right hand. Click that little triangle and it's going to take you where you are now, which is home. But if you're on the trail, it will put you on the trail. I have to warn you though, there have been a few times, not just one or two, but more like 3 or 4, where I opened up my Google Earth and I was nowhere near on the trail. And so I just shut it off and open back up, and it will reset itself to acquiring the correct satellites. Another thing that I like about this is on Google Earth, and you can also do this on your laptop, is on the next to my login, there is a little measuring tape icon. Click on that. Now I'm going to choose feet down below and switch over to miles. Now I am going to take this center white circle that you see there, and I am going to place that in the trailhead, and on the right hand side add point. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to go to the next part, hit that point, and travel around all throughout the trail just to be more accurate. Or you just can just go straight out to, let's say, the visitor center right here. And you know it's roughly 3.7 miles. Okay? And down on the bottom left, it says 1.6 because that's where my last click was. When I'm done with that, I'm just can hit one of the top 2 buttons and it will remove my measuring tape there. So that takes care of navigating through Google Earth after you have created a GPS file and you saved it to your Google Drive. If you go back to projects, there are all of your files. If you notice, for example, I have here under other routes that end with .kmc, I have the LSHT, that's the Lone Star Hiking Trail. If I wanted to see that file, you can click the 3 dots. It will say pin to earth, and you go ahead and pin that. You can also hit that show project eyeball there, and it would put it in the map. So I'm going to hit pin, and I am going to unhide the project. And so now I am going to, let's see, travel to it. And it's going to take me right to the Lone Star Trail. And if you zoom in, there are all my maps. The red circular part was the hunting season area. So there's the Phelps area. All 11 maps are here, and you can travel through that way. And remember, hit the upper left arrow to get out. And one more time. And that will bring you the navigation toolbar, which is on the lower right hand side. And you want to click your triangle. And you want to get everything ready before you lose satellite connection. And this will work just fine when you are on airplane mode and all the apps are closed. You can still use Google Earth with your downloaded maps to get you to your destination.
Well, I will say that just about wraps it up for this quick tutorial on how to make your own GPS file using Google Earth and some research from other sources, national park maps, and whatever you can find to get the GRT on your GPS device. So I hope this video was helpful. Having a .kmz file and will also help you putting it on your InReach device for navigation purposes. I don't really use my InReach for navigation myself, except that I can put a map online and my family can track and see where I am through the InReach tracking device. So that was kind of nice. I enjoyed that. Be able to keep in touch with the family and showing them my detours or whatever to see where I was using the InReach. So it's very convenient to have a GPS file, a KMZ or KML file. I hope this was helpful. I got this as a request from a couple of viewers in my channel who wanted to get a little info on how to do this. So I hope this was helpful, and enjoy the video that I uploaded regarding the Guadalupe Ridge Trail. It's a challenging, great, beautiful trail. However, it does require a little bit of navigation getting ready. Thanks. Bye.